welcome to episode 21 of Noon Hour Out of the Box. A huge thank you to all our viewers who are tuning in. Your love and support is so appreciated. Thank you to Jenny DeHame, our producer, who makes all this happen, and to my incredible co-host, who's also my good friend and mentor, Robert D'Alessio. How are you?
Hello, good friend and co-host and mentor Esther Brzezinski. It is so much fun to be here today. I'm in a great mood. It's sunny out
Yeah, it's
there.
nice. It really is nice out. Yes, I'm
Did you
excited
put
as
your
well.
Did you put your winter tires on your car yet?
What are you talking about? I have till December 15th. Don't rush me, Robert.
Well, one of the compulsive spending I do is winter tires in the wintertime. So
Oh, yes, that's a necessity. And I don't know if that's compulsive in nature at all. But, talking about compulsive spending or buying, whichever way you want to look at it, I had a business, an accessory business, and I was also in a store for about 5 years where I rented space. And I recently came across this little sign, and I just want to show you what I had in the store. I just want to make sure. Can you see that?
I shop, therefore I am. It's
Yeah.
hardly suggestive.
It's very suggestive. It's actually a take from the Rene Descartes' philosophical quote, I think, therefore I am. So, in fact, without realizing it, I was kind of perpetuating that behavior, and even when I would do posts and advertisements, I would do things like, retail therapy. Come on, guys, shop this weekend, blah, blah, blah. You need a little retail therapy. And I would say things like, shop till you drop. And it's all over the internet. And you would see that in magazines as well. So as a retailer, I was kind of guilty of perpetuating that behavior without really realizing what I was doing. And in fact, it is a problem. It is an issue. I know that you've told me some stories of some people in your life that have experienced it. So tell us about it.
Well, there's some cases, some people, because they don't feel loved, they had probably a little bit of a rough childhood. So, and they were never loved, and they think that nobody loves them. So, in order to be loved, they're going to actually be giving gifts to people, which is, like when you think about it, it's a strange behavior. But, deep down inside, that person is looking for love. And that person's willing to do anything. They're going to go out of their way, filling up their credit cards just to be like appreciated. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, the sunglasses that they bought there, I probably have a better pair anyway. It's like, it's kind of cute, nice thought, but what am I going to do with these sunglasses anyway, right? So it's like it's a self-imposed or inflicted therapy, if you want to look at it that way.
It is in a way. And it is very emotionally based. It's not so much a psychological issue. Yes, it is a type of an addiction, but it's the sort of dopamine high that you get from purchasing as well. And I myself, who does a lot of online purchasing, I sort of get a double whammy of that dopamine rush. You get it when you order online, and then you get it when you receive it. And then there's even the anticipation and the excitement. So it feels like there's an emotional base. And people think that it's just a female issue. There are men who are compulsive shoppers rather, as well, but you'll usually see it as them collecting, like they're collectors of items, but in fact the behavior is almost identical.
Yeah, I know a couple of collectors, but they're not necessarily collecting items. They're collecting money that is
Yeah.
due.
I see what you mean. Yeah, so that would be a good problem to have.
And don't forget, Esther, because that's also a behavior that they have an underlining condition is that they are trying to fill a void in their
Yes,
lives.
yes, yeah.
And they're going to be buying things. It's like ridiculous. They're going to come home with that same pair of shoes that they had anyway, but it's just the fact that they bought the shoes, and the shoes that they bought like maybe a year ago that are the same thing are not refundable anymore. So it's just like they're just piling up junk in the house that they're not going to use anyway.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I understand that behavior. So we actually have some slides that actually explain this issue.
Well, okay, here's the first slide, and it says that people who have compulsive shopping disorder, it's also sometimes known as compulsive buying disorder, are often struck with an irresistible and overpowering urge to purchase good in spite of negative consequences.
So there are characteristics of compulsive shopping, and they include difficulty resisting the purchase of unneeded items, financial difficulties because of uncontrolled shopping, and preoccupation with shopping for unneeded items.
There's also the problems at work, school, or home because of uncontrolled shopping, spending a great deal of time researching coveted items and or shopping for unneeded items. And lastly, in order to be considered compulsive buying disorder, the compulsive shopping behaviors must not be associated with other mental health conditions.
Yes, that's true. In actuality, when you're bipolar, when you're in your mania phase, oftentimes compulsive shopping is one of the symptoms. So yes, they're completely correct in saying that. So normal versus compulsive shopping. What is the difference? So many people have occasional shopping sprees, particularly in special situations like birthdays and holidays. But occasional overspending doesn't mean you're a compulsive shopper. In fact, compulsive shopping doesn't have anything to do with how much money is spent. Rather, it's the extent of the preoccupation, the level of personal distress, and the development of adverse consequences that characterizes the condition.
And then who is affected? Well, there's more than 1 in 20 US adults, that's 6% of the US population, they have a shopping compulsion. It is believed that the condition has an onset in the late teens or early 20s and rarely begins after age 30. This age range is right around the time many young adults move away from home and establish their first credit accounts. Some research also suggests that women are more likely to be diagnosed with compulsive shopping disorder.
Not only women. So there are tips. We have 6 of them for managing compulsive shopping. So number 1, as with all addictions, admit you have a problem. Number 2, ask for help from your doctor or a mental health professional. Number 3, join a self-help group like Shopaholics Anonymous. And yes, it does exist. And there's also a lot of groups on Facebook as well. They have great communities there. Number 4, get rid of your credit cards. Oh my God, I could never do that. Number 5, shop with a list and a friend. Okay, well, I could try that. And number 6, avoid internet shopping sites and TV shopping channels.
Okay, there's one thing that irks me about these TV shopping channels, right?
Yes.
It's like, hey, if you buy today and today only, you get not 1, but 2 skillets for the price of 1. That's 4 easy payments of $99.99. Order today.
Yeah, so before there was online shopping, there were all these shopping networks and they thrived and they're still thriving. There are a lot of people who are still watching, who are still ordering, and it's definitely an issue. And of course, during the pandemic, there was a definite rise in online shopping for obvious reasons. So let's talk a little bit about online shopping. And like I said earlier, there's that sort of double dopamine rush. I have a little clip here that sort of explains it. It's very well done.
If you've ever seen a shopping haul or unboxing video, you know that America loves to shop.
I did some shopping. I haven't really uploaded a haul on this channel in a really long time, but to be honest, the shopping never stopped.
Shopping has never been easier. We no longer have to go to a store during limited hours, stock the aisles looking for a product, and then wait in checkout lines. Now, with the click of a button, we have the freedom to shop for anything, anywhere, and at any time.
Every day is Christmas if you buy yourself stuff online.
Products are cheaper than ever, despite having to travel across the world to get to us, which means we often buy things without a second thought.
These are $3. Uno, dos, tres. I will buy one, cause why the hell not?
What's the last thing you bought online?
The last thing I bought online was a milk frother for my Nespresso coffee machine.
I think I bought 5 pairs of jeans, leggings, and sweatpants.
Regular shoes.
So you get a dopamine hit when you buy something. It's kind of this pleasure of, oh, I'm buying something, that's fun. But with online shopping, you get that dopamine hit when it arrives too and when you open it. So it's kind of this double benefit. And so it's actually more fun in some ways biologically than buying things in the store.
Yes. I couldn't agree more. And these influencers, the unboxing segments that they have, again, it perpetuates this behavior. The people would, try to live vicariously through watching these people receiving all these gifts or doing their online shopping, and they'd bring it home. And so they sort of glamorize it. And it in fact, also contributes to this addiction to shopping, this compulsive buying type of behavior.
And you know that compulsive buying also causes a huge rift in the family, because what happens is that the family budget gets unbalanced, and there's a lot of stuff going on the credit card. And all of a sudden you have to have a budget, a monthly budget for the credit card, paying for stuff. Like one of the mates in the relationship doesn't necessarily want to have all these mirrors all over the house, want to have all these sunglasses. He's stuck paying for something that he never wanted in the first place, and it was bought without his consent, because when you're a couple, you got to go through things together. Now he's paying for all this stuff, like paying $200 a month, that is totally unnecessary. And what happens, that causes a rift in relationships as well. And a lot of separations and divorces come from that too as well.
Yeah, money is definitely an issue. There was an episode of Oprah a few years back where this woman came on with her husband, and she was a self-confessed compulsive buyer, to the point that she put her family in horrible debt. Her husband had no idea because she took care of all the bills. And what she did, in addition, and this was interesting, not only did she constantly shop, she would, after 3 months, take her clothing, her children's clothing, home items that she bought.
No.
And have garage sales. And she would sell a pair of jeans that she bought for $90 for $2. And she would empty out her closet. She would empty out her children's closet so that she could repurchase items again. So this, was it about the items themselves? Obviously not. She couldn't care less. It was the emotion of purchasing. It was the high, the dopamine high. It was just the behavior that she was addicted to.
The thing is that a lot of these people are unaware of the harm they are causing others that are in the relationship. And that could be the children, it could be family, it could be her husband, her boyfriend, whoever. They're just so focused on themselves. And do these people become egotistical, at some point, that they don't really care that they're causing harm to other family members? It's all about them. They need to feel this urge. Is it that, or is it an actual, can't call it an illness, but a disorder?
Well, it's a type of addiction. It's emotionally based. They have no idea what they're doing. In fact, this woman on Oprah actually spoke about the fact that she had no idea what she was doing and how it was affecting everyone, to the point, because in the US, they don't have Medicare, so you need to get medical insurance. And she had not purchased medical insurance for years. And she had, by the way, I had 5 children, and 2 of them had medical issues. So if God forbid something were to happen, she wouldn't have the money to pay for surgeries and treatments. But she just didn't think about it. The need to purchase and to repurchase and to stock up a closet and then empty it out only to stock it up again was of the utmost importance. And also her image. She was a very beautiful lady. She had to always look perfect, blah, blah, blah. So that was a little aspect of it. But I really believe it was the purchasing itself that was of utmost importance to her.
Esther, I know what you're going to say. I'm the bad guy again, and I'm the one who has to break this awful news. You
Oh
know how
no, it's that time
time
again.
time has wings,
Yes, it
and it
does. It
has like
seems to.
flown right out the window.
Oh no.
And that's an awful time to say goodbye once again. But before we go, we have to give a huge shout out to our sponsor.
Yes, 2P Eats Meal Prep. They are amazing. You order on Sunday, you get it by Monday. You order for a week's worth of incredible food. If you have a certain meal plan that you're following, whether it's through a trainer or you have some medical issues, they will cater to your needs. They are amazing.
Well, listen, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. We do have to move along and prepare next week's show.
Oh my
And
goodness. Yes.
do feel free to make your suggestions with, on our Facebook page.
Yes.
What you would like for us to talk about. And during our show, don't be strangers. Don't forget to participate. And a reminder to each and every one of you, we are now on Access Internet Radio. That is Saturdays between noon and 3 p.m. And all you got to do is log on to accessradio.ca and you click on the Rock and Chat thumbnail. And you can come and join the broadcast and join part of the fun for 3 wonderful hours on Saturday. Esther, thank you so much for being there.
And thank you so much. This was a great show, and I can't wait till next week.
Well, we'll be there next week, same time, same place, and same reason. And to all of you, and to our sponsor, and to Jenny, to you, Esther, as well. Thank you so much. See you next week.
Ciao for now.